I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights.
Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that.
I want to get to know a little bit more about your story. How did you get into bodybuilding originally? What motivated you to be a bodybuilder?
Well, just like everyone else, I picked up a magazine overseas. I'm from Lebanon originally, as you know. And, I was a volleyball player, soccer player. And then when I saw a magazine, I picked up an American magazine in downtown Beirut, and Arnold was on the cover. Between Arnold and Joe Weider, I got really into it. And I did good at the local level in Lebanon. I went in school. I was doing Olympic lifting in the very beginning. But, and then I developed that deep desire. You develop the deep desire. That's all. I think when you are very passionate and, you know yourself if there's something you want to do. So bodybuilding became my life since 1972 and up till today.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Was bodybuilding like in those times in Lebanon, right? How people looked at bodybuilding? Did they accept it? Were they kind of?
Oh, the man that got me started, actually, he was the vice president of the IFBB. His name Mali Halaiwan. His gym was like the Vince Gironda kind of gym in Lebanon. Really hardcore. And it's wonderful when you work under the supervision of someone who's been there, done that. So he was a champion himself, really old school. They look at bodybuilding as an art form. And I think this is the way it should be. Ever since then, this is what I tell people, you have to start on the right path from the very beginning if you want to go far.
Yeah, for sure.
If it doesn't mean, I don't want you to become champion quick, go by all means, but you have to do it properly. There's a million ways to go, but it's smart to pick up the proper way, which is, do it through health and through art. And, bodybuilding nowadays, Vlad, as you see it, it's more like focus on mass, which is, I don't have a problem with mass, but mass has to come with class.
Wow,
If the body is massive and it's not pretty, what we're doing, and no bodybuilder should ever accept the problem that we are having today. In the past 15 years, things went out of hand and people got big at all costs. I'm very motivated type of guy, and I encourage people to discover, but sometimes some discovery isn't really always good for you. So, if it's not broken, why fix it? But if it's broken, we need to fix it. And really, I talk about that with everyone, and I really love the sport, and my intention is to help. It's not about me. I really love the sport, and I love to see, you appreciate when you look at body like Arnold, Oliva, Zane. They represented art. Even Steve Reeves. I mean, look at Steve Reeves is one of the most famous next to Arnold. But he wasn't the biggest guy in the world, but everybody still talk positively about Reeves, right? I'm sure you respect guy like Reeves yourself.
Of course, absolutely. Now you're part of the gold era of bodybuilding, right? Gold era is the Arnold era, your era, Frank Zane era, all these guys, right? Which people look at this era as the most aesthetically pleasing era, right? Would you agree?
Well, you cannot ignore the past. You have to learn from the past. But the future and the new discovery, it's good. But we need to look at what's really good. And sometime along the way, we will come across something which is not necessarily good. So we need people out there to really be truthful and tell the kids this is not right. And, I'm not trying to be selfish in this here. I'm trying to really educate people and tell them, look, You don't want to be a champion and die when you are 30 or 40 by crossing the line into the danger zone. You know, when you see a man like Bill Pearl and Arnold and Zane, you know, Bill Pearl is 91 years old.
Mm.
And he still got his mind. He's still healthy.
Mhm.
He live in Oregon. He still work out. He's 91 years old.
That's
And
impressive.
really, he represented art. You know, as you know, like Bill Pearl, he helped guys like Chris Dickerson, Dennis Tenorino, Boyer Cole, and actually took some advice from Bill Pearl myself when I came out to California back in the late '78.